Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be reviewing this really old black and white vintage movie from 1961, starring Paul Newman, and it's also a movie about pool as well, and that's going to be on The Hustler. The Hustler was released in 1961 and stars Paul Newman, and so in this movie, Paul Newman heads a superb cast featuring Jackie Gleason, George C. Scott, and Piper Laurie in this highly acclaimed drama. Newman electrifies in his Oscar-nominated portrayal as Fast Eddie Felson, an arrogant hustler whose unbridled ambition drives him to take on pool playing legend Minnesota Fats, regardless of the consequences if he loses. Voted one of the year's 10 best by the New York Times and nominated for 9 Academy Awards, The Hustler is a dazzling cinematic triumphant. And yeah, the DVD says the movie's not rated, but in my standards, it would by today's standards, I think it would be either PG or PG-13 or R rated, whatever you wanna, with the way you see this movie. But yeah, excuse me. The movie was released by 20th Century Fox and is one of the oldest 20th Century Fox movies released, and of course it's also an old black and white film shot in black and white, like I said. And I recently, I think a few months ago this year, I actually watched this movie. I rented this movie off of Amazon before getting it on DVD, and I gotta say, I actually really enjoyed The Hustler. I think The Hustler, I thought is a well-made black and white film from the early 60s. Yeah, and I gotta say, Paul Newman was also really great in the film too, as Fast Eddie. Like, Fast Eddie, because I think Fast Eddie is actually a well-written character for this movie. Like, Fast Eddie, Paul Newman was great as his character, and yeah, everyone else also did a good job in this film too. And I also, excuse me, I also like how this is kind of almost like a rare vintage sports movie, since maybe pool playing's not really considered a sport or something like that. Maybe it is, if I'm proven wrong, but yeah, I really like how this movie focuses on pool playing, like how you use like a pool stick to tap and hit like the balls included with numbers on it, including the 8-ball, and and yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. And of course I also like even the sound design for this movie. The sound design was actually well edited and also well written and also well heard too, in terms of its early 60s standards. Because I really like how the pool stick hits the balls, like that tapping sound, like that's kind of like how it sounds like. And yeah, Jackie Gleason I thought did good as Minnesota Fats. And yeah, and this is also one of the oldest films from 20th Century Fox I've seen before. Well, not before, just like because I actually first watched this movie like back on Amazon recently, back in like a few months ago, and that explains that it's from 20th Century Fox, and also one of the oldest 20th Century Fox films from CinemaScope. And the special features include like a commentary by Paul Newman, including an original documentary, The Hustler, The Inside Story, picture-in-picture commentary on how to make the trick shots, and the original theatrical trailer. Yeah, The Hustler I thought had an interesting story about pool playing, of course, and because I remember playing a little bit of pool. Like I think back like when I was like I think it was back when I was in my early adult years, like back in my early adult ages, like because I mean I don't really play pool that much, but I've seen some of my friends and some of my adult friends play pool together, like because even my friend Tyler Auer actually used to have a pool table, but then of course he traded for like a ping pong table. Yeah, my friend Tyler Auer, like I said, he used to have a pool table, but not anymore. And I gotta say, this was a very interesting movie with Paul Newman and all that stuff. And yeah, so overall, The Hustler was an awesome black and white film with Paul Newman. My only flaw I do have with the film is that sometimes the pacing can get a little like hit or miss, but it's tolerable enough. So anyway, overall, this movie was awesome overall, and I'm gonna give The Hustler 4.5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Hustler yet, then I say I recommend giving it a watch. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on The Hustler. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.